Did you know that there's an unofficial sequel to Suspiria that came out 18 years before Mother of Tears?
Didn't someone already make this movie?
Dario Argento directed it. Suspiria. And I must admit, it was very, very good.
It's true, and we're breaking it down in today's video. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Luigi Cozzi's unofficial Three Mothers film, The Black Cat. Released in 1989, The Black Cat has a weird production history. Director Luigi Cozzi is a very close friend of Dario Argento's, so when Dario Nicolodi approached him with an idea for a third film in Argento's unfinished Three Mothers trilogy, he was interested.
Dario had helped me writing out the script.
But, being a good friend, he didn't want to actually make the third film in Argento's trilogy, so instead he crafted a sort of meta-film about guys making a Suspiria sequel that awakens the evil third mother.
I refused to accept that idea because I was in good relationship with Dario. I couldn't do that to him.
Then it got labeled as an Edgar Allan Poe adaptation, and Cozzi had to insert scenes of cats, even though they have nothing to do with the film. Yeah, crazy. Knowing all that, you might expect The Black Cat to be an entertaining disaster. And you'd be right. But is this hunk of provolone splattery? Let's get to the gore and find out. We fade in on outer space. And this weird fetus. Is this Luigi Cozzi's Italian ripoff version of Kubrick's 2001? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'd watch the hell out of that. Well, guess we're done with that. Now back to Earth. Hey, look, it's Urbano Barberini making another Sick Flicks appearance. We've previously seen him in Demons and Dario Argento's Opera. And since we've got this title card, this is as good a time as any to point out this movie has 100 different titles. It's been Demon 6, it's been Armageddon, it's been De Profundis, and it got The Black Cat as a ploy to tie it into a series of Poe adaptations that never actually happened. At any rate, we've got a Caroline Munro sighting. She was last on Sick Flicks way back when we covered Maniac. And here's Bret Halsey. Guess Fulci gave him the week off or something. And you can already tell Cozzi wanted this to look like an Argento film.
I know you did.
Just look at that lighting. But the homages don't stop there, though, because Budget Tanya Harding here is about to get murdered by the killer from Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace. I guess Nancy Kerrigan got her revenge after all. And directed by Louis Coates, who's really just Luigi Cozzi pretending to be an American. Anyway, with the credits over, our lead actress walks right into this jump scare. But surprise, it's all a movie. And look, it's Michele Soavi making like his 700th Sick Flicks appearance. On the way out, Anne here isn't happy with the direction of this project.
That man is no director, he's a butcher. All he wants is blood, blood, and more blood.
I'll be honest, I'm failing to see the problem here. Before they head home, we get some exposition. Urbano Barberini is a famous director.
You actors always complain about your directors. It's like breathing.
Not true, I love working with you, for example.
I think the fact that we're married has something to do with what you're saying.
Apparently, he's also a bandito, judging by this bandito gaiter he's sporting. That, or he's just following CDC mask protocols. At home, Mark heads upstairs to work on his new screenplay. It's called All Work and No Play Makes Mark a Dull Boy. Meanwhile, in another movie, Caroline Munro's walking around half naked. And look, Caroline Munro being married to this schlub is even less believable than her dating Joe Spinell in Maniac. Back at Mark and Ann's place, she's put the baby to bed, but then this disembodied voice starts blabbing.
Sleep, little darling, sleep and dream while you can.
Shut up, lady, we just got him to sleep, you're gonna wake him up. And then we jump over to this Iron Maiden music video. Here lies Sybil, whoever she was. I'm just gonna assume this is all gonna make sense later. And back at Mark and Ann's, they're having this wicked special effects lightning storm over the first of many establishing shots of their house. But hey, at least our two movies are finally hooking up. Caroline Munro and her husband are here for dinner.
To our next movie.
To you in the movie.
To us in the movie.
Guessing there's going to be a lot of cheese and ham on the menu. Also, why are the couple sitting across from each other? Is this some kind of wife swap party or what? All this jibber-jabber is basically so these guys can talk about their new movie. It's a gripping tale about...
the third mother, the Mater Lacrimarum.
So, if you're not a literary scholar or Italian horror expert, Lavana was the title character in Thomas de Quincey's Lavana and Our Ladies of Sorrow. The Ladies of Sorrow were basically Lacrimarum, Tenebrarum, and Suspiriorum, or the three mothers featured in Argento's Suspiria, Inferno, and Mother of Tears.
She is the life of darkness, with fire in her eye, fire that makes visible things that shouldn't be seen.
And just to drive the connection home, here's some of Goblin's Suspiria score.
Sounds like a flower.
It's Latin, Mother of Tears.
The title rings a bell. Didn't someone already make this movie?
Well, yeah, Dario Argento, but not for another 18 years. Are you psychic?
So why make it again?
We're not. There's enough material in Suspiria de Profundis for 10 movies, 20.
Wow, we're really getting meta now. And to think, Cozzi beat both Scream and Fulci's Cat in the Brain to the punch here.
It was a big hit when it came out. Reviews, box office, everything.
Dario Argento directed it. Suspiria.
At any rate, we'll let Mark break it all down. Take it away, Mark.
The third goddess is Levana, the terrible mother. She is the evil character in our film.
Apparently, it's pretty dry in that grave. She's definitely going to need moisturizer if she's going to star in this movie. Oh yeah, she's looking great. That face could really be a whole season of Dr. Pimple Popper. Later that night, Anne's not sold on this new role.
I don't know. My fans might not like me playing such a bitch.
Mark's like, look at the bright side. At least you won't have to do a bunch of research for the part. And you gotta hand it to Mark. He's really good at the sweet talk.
I wrote it for you. I tailor-made it for you.
Anne heads downstairs to read the script.
In my dreams, I often see Lavana, the eldest of the three mistresses of darkness. Lavana is the one who confounds day with night.
Oh, this is terrible. Who writes this shit? Oh, right, Mark and Dan. She decides to do a little dress rehearsal, but I don't think this jump scare was in the script.
Now, I will become Lavana.
Lavana goes right for the pin, then starts spitting green stuff in her face like she's the great Kabuki. Do you kids even remember the great Kabuki? Christ, I'm old. Not gonna lie, this is the weirdest episode of You Can't Do That on Television ever. While she's downstairs getting slimed, the camera decides to just wander off on its own. Like, what the hell are you doing here, Luigi Cozzi? Did you get bored of your own movie? Anyway, it's like he's lost or something. Oh hey, I found the movie, guys. Apparently Anna's losing her mind, because she's not covered in slime at all, and the mirror is fine.
Where was I when you found me?
Right there, on the floor, by the mirror.
And while she's explaining all this, we should totally jump to an establishing shot of the house. You know, just in case you forgot, they were in their house. And if you guessed Lavana was going to be in that mirror after they walked away, give yourself a screenwriter's credit. And it's been a while since we've been to outer space, so let's check in there. This, of course, means we need another establishing shot of the house, too. I mean, maybe you thought the house was in outer space. After all the excitement, Anne's trying to get some sleep, but Lavana's like, Anne, come downstairs. I want to talk about facial cream and run your lines. This, of course, leads to another house establishing shot. Apparently, the home is built on top of a nuclear reactor, judging by the glow. Anne heads downstairs to the mirror, but Lavana's like, I'm not there anymore. You're getting colder, freezing. Come on, Anne, I'm not in the refrigerator. Wait a minute, was that a musical refrigerator? Did she just unplug the soundtrack? What the hell is going on here? And who the hell is this? Luigi Cozzi was so high when he made this movie. House shot, everyone drink. Then Anne wanders into another jump scare, except it's all a dream. Again. I'll give the Black Cat one thing. You can't say nothing ever happens in this movie. We're not even half an hour in. And another house shot. Anne heads down for a midnight snack, but her refrigerator is gonna explode. Because sure, why not? And another house shot. This movie is literally 1/3 house establishing shots at this point. Back inside, we've got some bad news as the refrigerator is bleeding out. I'd say let's pour out a cold one for our fallen homie, but the fridge wasn't working, so everything's probably room temperature. The next day, Mark and Dan head off to meet super producer Bret Halsey. And I don't want to alarm anyone, but judging from this office, this might be the guy behind Videodrome.
Good morning, sir.
And like every producer, he's got notes.
You did a damn fine job. Know what I like? I like it that you told your whole story in 4 pages.
And that would be awesome if you wanted to make a 4-minute movie. But I guess we can pad this thing out to 90 minutes if we just use a lot of random house establishing shots. Look at this acting.
You see this pile of crap here?
Bret Halsey, folks. A national treasure. In Italy, anyway. Wait a minute. Is this like some weird version of The Big Lebowski? I'm gonna need you guys to find my wife Bunny. She's been kidnapped. And we're back at the house because we've got another house establishing shot. This really is just like Suspiria, if Argento gave you a shot of the outside of the dance academy every 90 seconds, just randomly inserted into other scenes. Anyway, Anne heads inside. I'm pretty sure this is my house. I mean, we just had an establishing shot. She heads to the kitchen and finds this random repair guy there. Isn't this how most porn films start? Well, there's nothing sexy about this. He's just going to explain what happened to the refrigerator.
The freezing element shorted and some acid leaked out.
Yeah, sure. I've been on pins and needles waiting to resolve that plot thread. Except, plot twist, there's no repairman here at all.
What repairman? I called, but they said they couldn't send anyone till the day after tomorrow.
Probably just the ghost of a repairman who died in a tragic refrigerator accident. Across town, Bret Halsey is delivering some riveting dialogue.
So you think you're ready for the big time?
I get it. You're a Lebowski, I'm a Lebowski. That's terrific. Then things get really weird. What makes a man, Mr. Lebowski?
Brains, luck, and dedication.
Well, yeah, that and a pair of testicles. And since we've got some time to kill but no house establishing shot handy, we'll just take a break to rehash everything that's already happened.
You can never be me. You'll never be Nirvana the Witch.
Because really, this is a very complicated movie. A lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous, a lot of strands to keep in your head. From there, Mark and Dan go to consult with a psychic.
Her name is Levana, and she's a kind
What?
of...
Hey, did you guys plagiarize my screenplay? I'm writing a movie about Levana. And not only is Esther here a psychic, but she's also a literary scholar or something.
It was an Englishman, Thomas de Quincey, who wrote about Levana in 1845.
I didn't know that.
Obviously.
Ah, yes, I keep it here, right next to my Necronomicon in the Book of Avon. And she must be a lawyer, too.
And let me warn you, don't use that name. Change it at once.
Or else you'll get sued by the De Quincey estate. They're very protective of their intellectual property. Turns out this book is really just a copy of the screenplay, and it's serving up some exposition.
But one day the third mother will return to the world of men to wreak her vengeance on the sons of those who had burned her at the stake.
Oh hey, remember Caroline Munro? She's still in this movie for some reason. Meanwhile, our psychic is having a tough night out on the town. She's a bloody mess, then she explodes like she's an extra in Cozy's earlier film, Contamination. This happens to me every time I have Taco Bell. At any rate, you could say this was pretty stomach-churning. Dan buys it next, although I can't tell you what happened to him. And house establishing shot. Oh, and Levana's back. The refrigerator is still broken. Wait, Dan's not dead. Say what you will about Dan, but that dude is willing to bleed for his art. And see? Told you the fridge was still broken. Levana's basically spoiled. I really wonder how high their electric bill is. All these weirdly colored flashing lights probably suck up a lot of juice. Oh, and here's Sybil from the Iron Maiden video, just in case you forgot about her.
Hi, Anne. I'm Sybil.
She's talking some crazy shit.
And I've been inside you since you were born, just as she has always been inside you, Levana.
Anne's like, are you high, Sybil? And then this happens. Great, now the fridge is broken, the TV is shot. Hope they have a home warranty. The TV offers up some guts and this knife, and Levana has a menu request for Anne.
The baby's in the other room.
Guess we're having veal tonight. Except it's just Anne cosplaying Levana. This is going to be so great at Comic-Con next year. At any rate, Mark wants the knife, and Anne's all too happy to give it to him. She's definitely ready for her role in the Stepford knives, that's for sure. Mark's not done, though. He's like, here, let me take a stab at it, and returns the favor. These two really are a match blade in heaven. And if you guess this is another dream sequence, give yourself another screenwriter's credit. Now you have as many as Dan and Mark. Turns out the good news is it was a dream. The bad news is the baby is gone. Who could have kidnapped the baby? It's a real mystery. This might be a clue, though. Rather than do the sensible thing and call the cops, Mark heads off to see Caroline Munro. And house establishing shot. Please stop drinking when I show these now. I'm really worried about your liver. Dan drives right through the wall like this is Lethal Weapon. Dude knows how to make an entrance. This isn't a social visit, though. He's just stopped by to deliver some dying exposition.
The witch, her baby, sacrificed because they know.
After that, we get an establishing shot of a different house. Look, that's kind of exciting at this point. And because there weren't enough kooky plots in this movie, we learn Mark's dumping Anne for Caroline Munro. So wait, his kid is missing and he doesn't call the cops or go look for him, he just heads straight to Caroline Munro's house for sexy time? I guess that makes as much sense as anything else in this movie. Anne, meanwhile, heads to Bret Halsey's place. It could really use a rug to tie this room together. She eventually finds him and he's basically a zombie.
Oh my god.
Anne isn't bothered by this though. She's a pro and she's gonna cut this Chili's commercial no matter what.
I want my baby back.
Ribs. Then Bret Halsey shows us why he never made it as a suicide prevention counselor.
Kill yourself. It's the only way. Do it!
Except, instead of shooting herself, she shoots him right in the face instead. That's gonna leave a mark. From there, she heads over to see Caroline Munro and get her baby back. Ribs. Honestly, this looks like some half-ass scene from Dynasty. You'll pay for this, Crystal Carrington. Anyway, there's a bunch of jibber-jabber here that makes no sense, but eventually Anne winds up back at home. But Caroline Munro's in hot pursuit. At least she is until she takes a side trip to pick up the repairman? Listen, the fridge is still broken and now their TV is on the fritz. I need you to come fix it. They make another pit stop to see Levana and she's not happy.
I ordered you to stop Anne, and you failed. Your efforts were pitiful.
How unhappy is she? She uses her laser eyes, yeah, just roll with that, to blow up the car. No, not the handyman. Why did you pick him up if they were just gonna kill him? Now who's gonna fix the refrigerator? She's not done though. She gives Caroline Munro the Peter Neal straight razor and tells her to get to work on that 5 o'clock shadow. And now she's ready to head to Anne's, except there's one little problem. Damn it, I shouldn't have blown up the car. I'm gonna have to take the bus. And you know what time it is. It's time for a house establishing shot. Also, I love that Dan's car still just crashed through the wall. It really ties the room together too. And don't look now, but even the wiring is bad in this place. This is probably why the fridge and TV exploded. And then we get to the rousing conclusion of The Black Cat, wherein Anne and Levana discuss Nietzschean philosophy.
I'm the next step in evolution. I'm superhuman.
You're a mutant.
And here's that weird fetus thing from the start again. Then the movie turns into Doctor Strange, or maybe more accurately, the low-budget Doctor Strange ripoff, Dr. Mordred. Anne explodes for reasons. Then it's house establishing shot time, just in case you forgot they were already in the house. Look, spatial logistics are important. And then it's back to outer space. We're really racking up the frequent flyer miles at this point. Except Anne is basically Doctor Who and can control time. I'm the Time Lord now, Levana. With Levana distracted, Mark's like, enough jibber-jabber, let me get to the point. Then he impales her. Guess the divorce is off. Then it really does go all end of 2001 with the weird space shit. I mean, if 2001 special effects had been done on a Commodore 64. Then Anne wakes up in bed. Wait, is this in her house? I don't know, because there was no establishing shot. Then she says farewell to Sybil.
Because even with your special powers, you're content with things as they are.
So, wait, basically, the Queen of the Galaxy is some B-movie actress. This is sort of like if we let Kim Kardashian run the universe. That seems like a happy ending, but wait. I feel a stinger coming on. Oh yeah, Levana's in the baby. Look, the Black Cat is absurd and ridiculous, which is a huge part of why I love it, but it's also arguably a better film than Argento's actual conclusion to the Three Mothers trilogy, Mother of Tears. I'm only half joking. Nothing here really makes much sense, but it's hard not to enjoy the gleeful stupidity Cozzi infuses into every frame of this film. The Black Cat isn't a good movie, but it's one of those Italian trash classics of the 80s I love anyway. But can the Black Cat claw its way to 5 barf bags? Let's go to the gore card! In terms of gross anatomy, the Black Cat mostly delivers. We're treated to green puke, Levana's face warts, an exploding psychic, Bret Halsey getting shot in the face, a throat slash, and one impaling. This one isn't as bloody as some of the other 80s Italian horror films, but there's more than enough gore here to justify a 3 barf bag rating. This is a moderately sick flick. Looking for more Italian gore? Then check out my review of Phenomena. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.